Welcome students. Welcome to the next class of English Language and Literature code 184 CBSE class 10. And today we are going to learn the next poem, that is Fire and Ice, written by Robert Frost. You people are lucky because you have two poems of Robert Frost in your course. In total we have four poems, and out of these four we have two written by Robert Frost. So it would be easy for us if it is asked in the examination that who is the poet of this particular poem. So let's start with it. As you know, Robert Frost is a modernist. He writes about nature and he also includes rural life in his writing. Here we are going to learn the poem Fire and Ice. Here, fire stands for something and ice also stands for something. So in this poem, we are going to learn about symbolism. Fire is the symbol of desire. You know that being desirous is good, but getting desirous for those things at the cost of others becomes negative. If you have desire to such an extent that you are insensitive to the feelings of others, that means you are leading a negative life. And the some of the words which I have written over here, just to tell you that if any one of these come, you may take that answer to score. So these words are avarice. Avarice also means the strong greed for something, strong greed for money, strong greed for wealth, strong greed for anything. Fine. And the third word is greed there. That means you want to earn something. Earning something is not bad, but to an extent that you are becoming indifferent, you are becoming insensitive to others, that is wrong. Now we are going to talk about ice. Ice symbolizes coldness. You know that in English, to have warm feeling means to have friendly feelings. If I'm saying that he is having cold feelings towards me, that means he has some negative feelings towards me. He hates me. So I stands for coldness, that attitude of a person. Hatred, same meaning that if you hate somebody. Third is rigidity. Rigid means you do not want to change yourself for anyone. For example, if I want to achieve something in my life, if I want to go for something in my life, I'm not caring about the people around me, I'm not taking care of the colleagues around me, that means I am moving to a negative side. So the title is clear to everyone, I hope, that fire and ice. Fire, anywhere the word fire has been used in the poem, that stands for desire, and I stands for hatred. So keep that in your mind, and definitely one of the questions would be on this only in your examination. Next, we are going to learn about the vocabulary. So there are no much words which are very difficult over here, but I have found three that I have written over here. These are, first is perish. Perish means to die, decay or rot. I have written the meanings in Hindi also for the convenience of students. Next is destruction, to destroy something. Okay. Suffice means adequate, appropriate, enough, sufficient. Okay. So these are the vocabulary words that we are going to come across in the poem. Now the poem has been there. So before starting with the poem, its explanation, I just want to tell you what is the poet's view over here. Poet feels that there are two groups, that the population of world is divided into two groups. The first group believe that the earth is going to end because of fire, and the next group believe that the earth is going to end because of ice. Fine. So you know that it is already a belief that earth has to end one day. So what can be the reason behind it? The poet is dividing the whole humanity between two groups. Fine. So one group feel that the earth is going to end because of fire. Now, if I go with the literal meaning of the words like fire and ice, I would say that if the earth's temperature would increase to such an extent that life becomes impossible, so the earth will end definitely. So fire would be responsible for it. Or on the other hand, on contrary, if I would talk about ice, the temperature of earth goes too down, too negative, that the survival becomes impossible. That means the earth is ending up. So this is the literal meaning of fire and ice. If I go with the symbolic meaning, that if you're getting more and more desirous, if you're getting if you are having the feelings of hatred towards others, every one of the other human being you are feeling hatred about, that means these feelings have become so prominent among the human beings that they want to kill each other, they want to shoot each other, they just want to survive on this earth alone. That is again impossible, and again those negative traits is going to bring the end to the earth. Fine. So these are the meanings that I have told you, literal meanings, and side by side I have told you the symbolic meaning in the poem. Let's go with the lines of the poetry now. Some say the world will end in fire, and some say in ice, that we have just discussed. That half of the population, some people of the world, they feel that the earth is going to end because of fire, desire, avarice, and greed. And the other category, other group believe that the earth is going to end because of ice, feeling of hatred, feeling of coldness, right? So these feelings will also bring end to the earth. So there are some people who believe that the earth is going to end because of fire, and the other group believe that the earth is going to end because of ice. Now the next line, from what I have tasted of desire. Now, what does I stand for here? I stand for poet. So, beta, every pronoun that is coming across, you should know that what does it stand for, because in the examination it is generally asked. Okay, so be careful about it. Okay, from what I have tasted of desire, poet is saying that he has also tasted desire. Tasting desire means what? That he was also desirous in his life once. He was also running after fame. He was also running after money, earning more and more money. And he was not taking care of others around him. So he has tasted that. He has experienced that. Fine. So he is saying, from what I have experienced, I have also experienced desire. I have also felt desire. I hold with those. I hold with those means I keep myself in that category who believe that, who favor fire. Who favor fire means the people who believe that the earth is going to end because of fire. Who favor fire does not mean some other thing. So please be careful, because sometimes they ask, giving the phrase to you, that what stand for this, who favor fire. Who favor fire means those people who believe that the earth is going to end because of desire. Fine. Now I'm going on to the next stanza. I hope the first stanza is clear. The first stanza is talking about the people who believe that the earth is going to end because of fire. Next line is, but if it had to perish twice. Now, Peter, you have to be extra careful about this it. What does it stand for? It stands for here earth or world. Both can go with it. So you need to be very careful. What does it stand for? So, but if it had to perish twice, perish, I have already told you, perish means rot, decay, die. If earth has to perish two times, twice means two times, I think, poet is thinking, poet think that I know enough of hate. He know about the feelings of hatred also. Fine. He has seen people being hateful towards others. He's saying if earth has to die two times, I have seen the people having this feeling of hatred towards each other, that they hate too much, that that they can do anything at the cost of the life of others. To say that for destruction means to bring doom, to bring end, to destroy something. So to say that for destruction, ice is also great. How is ice great? See, he's saying ice is great. He is being sarcastical here. Ice is a great thing. Ice is a great thing in what? Ice is great in bringing destruction to the earth. So ice is not great for any good thing. Ice is great to bring doom to the earth, to bring end to the earth. Fine. So he's getting sarcastical over here. He's saying that ice means, you know, that ice means feeling of hatred. Okay, feeling of unfriendly feelings in heart of somebody. So he's saying that to say that if I'm talking about destruction, so ice is also great in that terms. Is holding greatness in that term, and would be and would suffice. And would suffice means sufficient, enough, appropriate, adequate. So he's saying that ice is also sufficient to bring doom to the earth. So he's saying that I'm not favoring only fire, I favor ice also. If fire can bring end to the earth, ice is also great in that terms, and ice can also bring destruction to the earth. Ice can also bring doom to the earth. Ice can also end the earth. Fine. The whole poem holds this thing that earth has to end one day, And how it is going to end? The poet in the first paragraph favoring fire, the people who are desirous, who feel that if they are earning more and more, they would be successful without taking care of others. The second stanza says the people who are holding the feeling of grudge against somebody. So having that grudge, having the feeling of hatred towards somebody is also a negative trait, and it can also bring doom to the earth. Now, but what is the message of the poem? What does the poet want to say? That you should have this fire and ice? No. On the contrary, he wants to say this thing, that we, the humanity, should not have such feelings. If we are holding such feelings in our heart, that means we are going to bring the end to the humanity. The humanity will not be able to survive. So be careful. The message is that please get rid of these qualities in you. Okay. Okay. The poem has been explained to you. You can read the poem again. And if you have any query, you can ask me the problems while writing your problems in the comment box. Whenever I would get time, I will get back to it. Now, I just want to go with the rhyme scheme and the poetic devices. You know that these questions are generally asked in the examination, so we should know about it. So let's go with the rhyme scheme first. You know that how the rhyme scheme is calculated. This fire, this desire, this again fire, this again any other fire, desire. Okay, fine. Now this is I'm giving A, and A, because all these three lines are rhyming with each other, because the ending words of these lines are rhyming with each other. Now ice, this is B, again twice, again it goes with this B, again ice here, B, here suffice, ice, B. So these words are rhyming with each other, therefore we are giving this the next letter of the alphabet, that is B. Now we are left with this hate. Now this is the third one. This is hate, C, and this is great, C. So what is the rhyme scheme? A B C, B C B. So that becomes the rhyme scheme of the poem. So in this way, I have also told you that how you have to calculate the rhyme scheme. Fine. I think it is clear to everyone. So the rhyme scheme has been discussed. Fine. Now we are going to discuss the poetic devices. The poetic devices, the prominent one that I'm talking about are these here. So let's go with these one by one. Alliteration. You know that alliteration is repetition of sound, like some say. Some say the repetition of sound, sir, sir. So, like for example, if I say that five fat funny fellows, the repetition of four sound, bringing the rhythm. Okay, so that is alliteration. So beta, you need not to only be specific, you should understand the meaning of alliteration, so that wherever you find any new poetry, any new literary work, you should be very much clear that how to find out where the poet has used alliteration there. Next is assonance. Assonance is when one of the vowel sounds become prominent. Here, the vowel O sound has become prominent. Hold, those, who, favor. So O sound has become prominent. So therefore, this line has a poetic device called assonance. Next is enjambment. Enjambment means, as I had told you in the last video too, that breaking a single line into two or three lines just to maintain that rhyme scheme of the poem. So this line, to say that for destruction, ice is also great. So this is one line only, but the poet has broken that into two lines. Huh? Okay, so that is without any punctuation marks even. So that is an example of enjambment. Next is metaphor. Metaphor is when we compare the qualities of one thing to the other. For example, if I say that he is the lion of the family. Lion means he is the head of the family. He shares some qualities of being head of the family. Fine. Or being the king of the family. Fine. Like he's the king of the forest. He's the king of the family. Okay. So now here, desire, fire stands for desire and I stands for hatred. So therefore, there is metaphor. We are comparing their qualities. Last one is anaphora. First two lines, I'll just show you the poem once again. Here, the first two lines. Anaphora is what? When two or three lines are starting with the same phrase or same word, there we have anaphora. Like if I said, some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice, some say this, some say that. So like this is also giving rhythm to the poem. So with the same phrase, we are starting two or three lines. That becomes an example of anaphora. So these are the prominent five poetic devices used in the poem. Fine. So please be careful about these, because these will definitely be asked in the examination. Your examination are just approaching. Now we have some multiple choice questions that we are going to discuss. I will read one by one, and definitely you would uh, I would suggest you that answer them and then later on check the video. Okay, the first question goes, identify the most likely tone of the poet in the lines. To say that for destruction eyes is also great. Fine. So what is the tone of the poet? Tone means the way he is speaking. See, beta, we have got the written poetry in our books. We cannot hear what he's saying. But when we are getting into the meaning of it, we should realize that what is the tone? Is he happy? Is he sad? Is he sarcastical? So we are given with the options: being sarcastical, serious, amused, and and celebratory. So answer is sarcastic. Fine. I'm moving to the next one. Next question goes: what will fire do to the world? Very simple one. Options are: put the world to an end, put the world to a new beginning, make the world developed. The last one, none of the above. You tell, what is the fire going to bring to the world? The answer is put the world to an end. A part. Third question: name the poetic device used in the line, I hold with those who favor fire. You have to find out the poetic device. First is assonance, second is alliteration, third is none, D is both. Both means both A and B. So I think it's very clear. O sound, the vowel sound is prominent, and favor fire, for, the repetition of sound. So it has both. Okay, you have to be extra careful, kids, because some of you may only take assonance, but you have to be very careful. Though I did not write this line in alliteration example in the last slide, but you have to understand how to find it out. Okay, next one. Next question, question number 4. Hate born of cold reasoning makes a man. If you have the feeling of hatred because of coldness, that means unfriendly feelings. So, what kind of a man you be? A strong person, a better individual, a bitter human being, or insensitive to feelings? Every time you have to be careful. Insensitive to feelings is a very important line for this poem. Okay, I'm moving to the next one. Fifth question. What does Robert Frost confess in the poem? A part, he could have written better. Confess, when we are saying that, okay, I'm agreeing to this point. So, what is he confessing? He could have written better. He is sorry for not writing truth. He has done injustice to the poem, or he has himself tasted desire. He is confessing there that he has tasted desire. Fine. So, this is done. The next question, the last one. Okay, this is a simple one. The rhyme scheme of the poem I have already discussed with you. So it is AAB, BBA, ABC, or ABA, ABC, BCB, AAA, BBB, CCC, ABB, BBB, or BBA, I'm sorry, AAC. So I think you know the answer. It is this one. Okay. Okay. So kids, this completes the explanation of the poem. I have selected few questions. You can bring your own queries if something is left, and you can bring your own questions also, writing in the comment box. Definitely I will get back to it whenever I'm getting time. Hopefully you have understood. Enjoy your life, enjoy your day, and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.